Azerbaijan has freed 5 more Armenian prisoners of war yesterday, taking the total number of Armenian detainees released since the end of the 2020 war to about 155. The 5 men range in age from 23 to 32, with 4 of them being from Gyumri and the 5th from Vanadzor. The 5 men's release came just over a week after Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev held talks in Brussels. That mediator and European Council President, Charles Michel, described as open and productive. Reacting to the news on Twitter, Michel noted it was the first time Baku handed over POWs to Yerevan directly, without third-party mediation, something he said was to the credit of both governments. Meanwhile, US State Department spokesperson Ned Price and Toivo Klar, the EU's special representative to the South Caucasus, each wrote on Twitter that they welcome the detainees' handover. Before Thursday, Yerevan and Baku put the number of Armenian POWs at around 40, but several Armenian human rights lawyers have cast doubt on those figures, saying the real number of Armenians held in Azerbaijan is higher. The Russia-brokered ceasefire that ended the 6 weeks of large-scale hostilities in 2020 says an exchange of prisoners of war, hostages, and other detained persons and bodies of the dead is to be carried out. And as Armenian Defense Minister Suren Papikyan continues his working visit to the United States, he has met with Pentagon official Colin Kahl, the Deputy Secretary of Defense for Policy. US-Armenian defense cooperation, military education, deepening cooperation, and other issues were discussed, according to a Defense Ministry statement. And Armenian Foreign Minister Arat Mirzoyan has met with the newly appointed US co-chair of the OSCE Minsk Group and senior advisor on Caucasus negotiations, Philip Rika. State Department spokesperson Vedant Patel stated that Rika will travel to Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Georgia to meet with senior officials. The Minsk Group has led efforts to mediate a peaceful resolution of the conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan for many years, largely without result. It is co-chaired by France, Russia, and the United States. And the Armenia Alliance, a parliamentary opposition bloc, has announced that it will boycott parliamentary sessions as well as committee sessions. The bloc, led by former President Robert Kocharyan, came second in the 2021 elections, with around 21% of the vote. According to the alliance's statement, ignoring the most serious security threats, the current authorities are imposing agendas in parliament that are not related to the immediate dangers facing Armenia and Artsakh. The bloc also accused the ruling party of grossly violating parliamentary regulations, abusing power, and delegitimizing parliament's activities. And the United Nations Human Rights Commission has published a verdict regarding the extradition to Azerbaijan of Russian-Israeli blogger Alexander Lapshin by Belarusian authorities, ruling it as illegal. The Commission's decision, among other things, cites Lapshin's testimony that Belarusian authorities falsified his case and that the decision to extradite him was politically motivated. Lapshin was wanted in Azerbaijan due to his work and visits to Nagorno-Karabakh. Studying the documents and taking into account the blogger's testimony, the Commission concluded that the extradition to Azerbaijan is a violation of Article 7 of the Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which Belarus had ratified back in 1976.